How do I prepare for the ISB interview? So before we get into this question, it is important to understand what the ISB interview is like. So the ISB interview will be an interaction of around 30 to 40 minutes with a panel of ISB alumni. And this interview could be an online interview or an in-person interview. Whenever you have to go in for the interview, you will get an intimation around 5 days in advance. Right. So the next part of the discussion is what are the questions asked in the ISB interview. Since the interview is very, very conversational in nature, discussing on the exact questions that will be asked in the interview is very presumptuous. It is better to be prepared in terms of 6 or 7 aspects of your profile. So one is, of course, your past work experience. Be very clear about your past experiences at work and at extracurriculars. Your present engagements should be something that you should be able to discuss in a lot of detail. Apart from this, how all of this connects to what your future plans are. So you should be able to discuss about, what are you planning in the short term and the long term, and how your past and your present engagements are contributing towards that. Yes, of course, the fit comes the next. So that means how ISB, will be of value to this whole particular attainment of your goals is also very important for them to understand. So past, present, future, fit. Fit has another aspect, which is the values. So what motivates you, and does it fit with what ISB looks for in its applicants? This is an extremely important aspect of the ISB interview. Apart from this, it is always good to have an in-depth knowledge of the industry that you are planning to go into and the industry that you're coming from. So this covers around 6 aspects over here. The next most important aspect is your stories. So what is it that you want the adcom to know about you? What are your stories? How have you achieved your success? What has been a failure for you? All of these you've already answered in the essays this time. So have your stories very clearly sorted out so that you are able to discuss these at length in the interview as well. This more or less, pertains to what the ISB interview will look like.